Welcome back to another episode of The Perspective. I'm your host, Brooklyn 80s, back with another good episode for you guys today. Asia Wilson is back today off of the concussion protocol. And Paige got another win today, which I'm happy about, man. Our team been struggling. But before we get into all that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the channel. I talk all things women basketball. This is a pro Angel Reese channel. Let me start off saying that too, because a lot of people, there's a lot of hating channels out there that hate on Angel Reese. So a lot of people have been telling me in the comments that they appreciate how I hold Angel Reese down, and they've been waiting to see what type of pages is before they subscribe. So let me let them know. Let me let you new subscribers know right off the bat that this is a pro Angel Reese page, right? But I'm pro Wnba. I don't hate on nobody. I'm an Angel Reese guy. I support Angel Reese. I'm here because of Angel Reese, but I still support Caitlin Clark as well. I don't have nothing against her. But Angel Reese is the reason why I'm here. You know, that's my pick. You get what I'm saying? Angel Reese is my pick, but I still support all the women in the WNBA. So shout out to all the women in the WNBA. But let me let everybody know this is a pro Angel Reese channel. So with that said, you know, everybody's welcome here. The Clarkies are welcome here. All the Caitlin Clark fans are welcome here. Obviously, Angel Reese fans are welcome here. You know, Asia Wilson fans, Breonna Stewart fans, Sabrina Ionescu fans, Paige Bueckers fans. Everybody's welcome here. We keep it respectful. I don't care what people say about a player or on the court. Just don't bring up nothing off the court. That's my only rule. With that said, man, like I said, please subscribe to the channel, like the channel, holler at me in the comments. You already know I'ma holler back. You know, share the page, you know, and all that good stuff. Hit the like button, run the likes up, run the likes up, run the likes up. Skull, what's up, baby? Skull says, Angel Reese fan vote. All these other players versus her. Now look, she might not be in the All-Star. Skull Brain Nation says, her fans just need to vote for her and her only. I hear you, man. We need to get Angel Reese in the All-Star game, but here's my thing about the All-Star game. The All-Star game ain't the end-all be-all, right? If she makes the All-Star game, which we want her to do, great. But if she don't, she needs to just lock in on being the best version of Angel Reese, because we know we haven't seen the best version of Angel Reese yet. So as long as she continues being the best version of her, we don't gotta beg nobody for nothing. You get what I'm saying? Let her continue putting in work. She missed the All-Star game. She missed the All-Star game. It's not the end of the world. But I am gonna support her to make the All-Star game. So I'm gonna say on this platform, anybody watching this, make sure you put in your vote for Angel Reese if you are an Angel Reese fan. You know, let's get her numbers up to solidify her spot. But again, like I said, if she doesn't make it, it's no big deal. Everybody don't make the All-Star game every year. You get what I'm saying? She will be back. I know that for sure. She'll definitely be back, whether it's this year or another year. But I'm more concerned with her becoming who she's supposed to become, because that'll solidify her spot. Get what I'm saying? Skull Brain Nation says, her fans just need to vote. I said that already. I apologize, people. Skull Brain Nation says, Lexi Fana, make bro it crazy. I don't know what you're saying there, man. You guys be drinking sometimes before you write your comments. I don't know what you're trying to say. But yeah, let everybody know I'm live. Tell everybody pile in so we can have a show, man. We gonna have a good show. I got a few things I want to get into. Definitely want to get into the games that happened today. Definitely want to talk about the Chicago Sky game tomorrow. Early game, 1 o'clock game. Definitely want to get into that a little bit. Yeah, man. Everybody let everybody know that the latest show on YouTube is live, man. We live, man. You know what I mean? No doubt. Profan Talk is gonna fall through in a minute. Chicago Cheetah says prime time game for Chicago Sky. Yes, sir. Skull Brain Nation says Paige been turn it back. Paige been turning it up back to the 20 points. Got you. I'm like you drinking tonight. I'm trying to keep up with what you're saying, but I think you drinking tonight, brother. But yeah, let me get into one of my topics. Let's start this off with one of my topics, though. Let me see what I got. Let me open my notes. I already said Asia's back, but let me get into that a little bit. Let me get into Asia being back. So Asia was back tonight. Let me pull up the stats. She had a really good game, but unfortunately, Vegas took another L. Asia came back with a 20 and 14 piece or 54% shooting. Right? 3 blocks. Asia's amazing, man. Asia's amazing, and also to the Asia Fee conversation. In my opinion, Asia is clearly ahead of Fee. Fee is great, and she's moving up in the ranks, but Asia is clearly ahead of Fee. She just impacted the game so much, man. But there's something with that Vegas team. There's something, and I don't think it's just Kelsey Plum leaving, because they have enough scoring. It's something missing. I don't know if they don't have enough defense. We already know that they need to get a big. In fact, one of my notes, let's get into it right now. Speaking about the Aces, right? One of my notes is, I think they need to make a trade for Tina Charles. I think they need to make a trade for Tina Charles. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be I think that'll help them out a lot. Tina Charles is wasting away in Connecticut, man. She's too good. I think she dropped what? 30 tonight? I mean, it was two bum teams going at it, so let's be clear. It was two bum teams going at it. Tina Charles had 26 tonight, 26 and 6. Asia needs Tina Charles. What you guys talking about over there? Chicago Cheetah says, I'm hoping that the Sky can win this game. The last time they should have won a game, but they blew a 16 lead. I think we're going to lose the next 2 games, honestly. I think we lose in the next 2 games. Chicago Cheetah says, Aces have been inconsistent all season. They've got to figure out defense. Honestly, offense to me is not the problem. It's the defense. It seemed like Asia Wilson or bust for the Aces. I agree with you. I think that's a good point. It seemed like they have a lot of offensive firepower, but they don't have that they don't have that two-way player or that defensive stopper. It seems like it just, I don't know. There's something missing. So I agree with you. It got to be the defense. We obviously know Asia needs help, so that's one. So, I think Tina Thompson. I think Tina Charles will look good. And the Aces, and then they just need to find out who could be a good defender for them as opposed to having all of those scorers out there. You gotta balance your offense and your defense. So that's a good point. I agree, Chicago. Chicago also says MVP Fee was definitely the front runner for MVP. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying she's gonna be MVP or not. I'm talking about who the best player in the league is. That's Asia Wilson. Just watching her play is clear. It's just she has too many moves in her bag. But Fee is dope. Fee is definitely leading for MVP right now. Chicago Cheetah says, Aces, I think, needs to get a Tina Charles out of Connecticut and join that team. Yeah, so you agree with me. You agree with me that Tina Charles is wasting away in Connecticut. She's too talented not to be on a contender, right? And the Aces is just a perfect marriage, so they might as well just make that happen. Chicago Cheetah also says, I think that move would save their season right now with the way they're going. They are 50-50 in terms of if they're going to be in the playoffs or not. I don't know if they're going to miss the playoffs, but they definitely shouldn't be this low. They definitely shouldn't be this low. Like, Coach Marcus, what's good, my brother?
What's going on, bro?
Ain't not much. Move a little bit to the middle of your camera. I know it's probably not your.
I got OBS, so I'm good.
Oh, you just gonna say okay?
Hold on.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw the Aces game tonight, Coach Marcus, and I thought they was gonna get a win. They fought harder. There you go. They fought harder. They were because since Asia's been out, they've been struggling to get wins. But when she came back tonight, you could see she puts everybody in their place. And I thought they was gonna get a win tonight, but when I watched it, when it got close to crunch time, the game just got away from them. And it just seems like they have a lot of talent on that team. They have so much talent, but it's just something missing, man. There's something missing.
Man, I think people, I don't really understand it, but people underestimate how difficult it is to win at the professional level. I don't care who's on the team. Yeah. If things aren't gelling, they lost a lot of players. So the continuity,
that is true,
together as a team.
That's a good point.
And one thing people forget, you got to know your personnel. Yeah. And when you get new people on your squad, you got to know their tendencies. You got to know how fast Jackie Young is, because that's not Kelsey Plum. Right. So you got to go about things differently, because Kelsey Plum may have got to that pass. Jackie Young can't. Jackie Young might make a shot in a different location than Kelsey Plum, or she just got to get used to her new teammates. And I don't care how much time they practice.
Yeah, game time is game time.
Game time is game time. You can't get that together until you are in a game situation. I don't care how hard you practice. Game speed is always different. Yeah. So I think they just going through those growing pains. That's all.
That's a good point, because I didn't even think about the fact that they got a few people like Tiffany Mitchell. They got more people than just Kelsey Plum. Like, just losing Kelsey Plum, they replacing Tiffany Hayes as well. Kelsey Plum.
Tiffany Hayes went off the other night. Good Lord.
She did? Oh yeah. I forgot. I'm thinking about Tiffany Mitchell. Yeah, Tiffany Hayes went off. But she got a tendency to do that. I love Tiff. I got certain things about certain people games. I love Tiffany Hayes, but the fact that she hit the floor so much annoys me. You know what I mean? Because she used that to her advantage to get the foul. Like, all right, Tiff. But yeah, Tiffany is definitely a beast. But getting back to the Aces, yeah, I didn't. You're right. I forgot that they had so many pieces coming in. Even Dana Evans. They got Dana Evans from Chicago. Tiffany Mitchell came from Connecticut last year. Obviously, Drew Lloyd comes from Seattle. Yeah. So they got a lot of moving parts. Plus, they still haven't addressed help for Asia down low, right? They did address it, but unfortunately, because it's a beautiful thing, the woman got pregnant. Cheyenne Parker Tyus got pregnant. Yeah. So they don't have her right now. But that's why I feel like Tina Charles would fit so perfectly, right? Because Tina Charles is a player who could play with Asia, and she could be out there without Asia and still be productive. And that's what they need. They need a player that when Asia's not there, a player that could shoot from that mid-range, maybe even hit a couple threes, but shoot from that mid-range, got some post moves, could score a little bit inside, play a little bit of defense. But you got Asia there, so Tina don't have to do so much work, right? She just need to go play her role, and that's it. Everything is not reliant on Tina. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like they need to make that move sooner than later. I feel like it'll really help their team. And also, like I said earlier, defense. I feel like they got a lot of offensive firepower, but they need
defense win championship.
Yeah, I feel like they need to put more of an emphasis on defense because it don't make sense. But even with all of these moving parts and all that, the type of games they losing don't make sense. I could understand not having the type of season that you want, but losing to a team like the Valkyrie, you get what I'm saying, and you the Aces, that's I don't know, that's a tough loss to take. You get what I'm saying?
And the Valkyries is down 3 people because they got 3 of their players.
Well, no, when they lost, they lost early in the season. That's more of an Indiana thing. When the Valkyrie played the Aces, they played them a couple weeks ago and beat them.
Okay.
And I think Asia. This is before Asia got hurt. This is before Asia, so this was a few weeks ago, and they lost to the Valkyrie, and I was just like, wow. And that's not a knock to Valkyrie because the Valkyrie is pretty damn good, as we can see. They're well coached because as you just stated, they just lost a few people to Eurobasket, signed some people that wasn't even playing, wasn't even in a W, and they're still winning games. And they out here still winning games.
Yeah,
so
coaching matters, man.
Coaching matters. So you got to take your hat off to Natalie Nakase, if I said her name correctly. Take your hat off to her. She's doing an amazing job. I am not a hater. Like I said, I still feel like Teaspoon deserves some credit because she wasn't doing as good a job as Natalie is doing, but she was doing a similar job, meaning having what we consider one of the worst. So if we talked before the season start, we probably would have projected the Valkyrie to be either the worst or one of the worst teams. Like, you know, bottom. So for her to have because if the playoff starts today, they in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So that's my comparison. Not coaching; they coach differently. But my comparison between her and Teresa Weatherspoon is last year Chicago was projected to be the worst team in the league, and Teresa had them in the playoffs all the way up into the last game of the season. So regardless of what you think of her coaching, that's what you go. Results is results. That's what she did. We wasn't the worst team. Like this year, we looked like the team they projected us to be last year, right? Right. But last year we was actually in the playoff hunt the whole season. Until the last game.
What's Chicago's record now?
We 3-8. We're 3-8. Which is funny because look at how long Dallas just got a win tonight, and look how long it took them to get 3 wins. Right, it took them a while. They are 3-11, so their record is a little worse than us, but they got the same amount of wins we got. They just took a little longer. They took a little longer to do it.
Don't forget, Indiana was 0-8.
Damn, I forgot about they. I forgot what they. I know they struggled, but I forgot what their record was. It was 0-8.
So there's still a lot of time, man, and anything can happen, man. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not writing the season off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think, and I'm gonna stamp this right now. And of course, I could be wrong. It's early, but I'm gonna stamp it right now. I don't think we making the playoffs.
No,
that's how I feel. I don't think we making it. When I look at, it's not even if he turn it around. When I look at what he up against, right? Valkyrie is a well-coached team.
Yeah, they're
better than us. Right now, I'm not saying we won't pass them. Maybe we will, but they're a well-coached team. I gotta respect that. The Sparks, I think the Sparks is gonna get better. Right, I think right now what we seeing from the Sparks, they not gelled yet. So I agree with that. You see what I'm saying? It's certain teams I gotta take into account when I look at. Put it to you like this: when I look at the one, and I'm still giving the Aces, even though they losing right now, I'm still putting them as a top 7, at least a top 7 team right in the league. 1 through 7 is solidified. Like if you actually go through and look at the standings, if I pull them up, 1 through 7 are gonna be in the playoffs.
Right.
So that's the only roster spot that is questionable is 8, and right now that's the Valkyrie. Right. So 8 could be the Valkyrie. 8 could be the Wizards, the Mystics. 8 could be the Sparks. It could be Chicago. I'm not saying we're not gonna, you know what I mean? I just when I look at the standings right now, I just feel like the way we plan and what we're missing and what we need, I don't see us making that push. Now, I could be wrong, and of course I hope I'm wrong because I want us to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But from what I see right now, I gotta say, I gotta respect what the rest of the teams in the leagues is doing. And in order,
who do you think has been the biggest disappointment for Chicago thus far?
Thus far, who's been the biggest disappointment playing wise?
Maybe disappointment is the wrong word.
No, I can answer it. I just gotta think about it. I can give me
played up to like you. Disappointment is right. Like who hasn't shown
playing wise? I would have to say, there's a couple actually. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna start with Ariel Atkins because she's quote unquote our best player, right? That's what people keep telling me, right?
That was my vote.
So I gotta say her, but she's not the only one. I just, if I'm being honest, I gotta say it's Ariel Atkins, number one, because of she's not leading us. But I gotta also respect that she is playing her game, right? Everybody's not an alpha. So if you're not an alpha, we wanted you to be an alpha. We expected you to be an alpha, but that's not who you are. You're just a good player, which is fine. So her for not being the alpha that we needed. I gotta say Camila Cardoso.
Dude, we on the same wavelength, bro.
The reason why I gotta say Camila Cardoso is because, and again, I'm such a fan of Camila.
Yeah, me too.
I want her to be a top, not to say she had to be this year. I'm just talking about whenever she reaches her ceiling, whether that's next year, 5. I want her to be a top 5 center in this league. That's what I want from her. But when I watch her mannerisms, I don't know if that'll ever happen. I think she's satisfied with just running the floor, because like when I see some mistakes she make defensively, it'd be weird mistakes. Cause it's like, Camila, you 6'7". You 6'7". You don't have to jump. Like I've seen Jordan Canada when they played against Jordan Canada hit her with an up and under, and Camila jumped.
Yeah.
Camila jumped. She ain't even put up. She jumped out of position. Jordan Canada went up and under. So stuff like that, I don't know. Like I'm confused. I'm like, as simple.
Camila is not quick.
See, what Camila don't realize is she don't have to be.
Well, she got big girl disease.
You get what I'm saying? You 6, or you got
7, so she's not used to jumping. She's
right.
used to being the biggest girl in the gym.
Right.
So her movement can be limited in her development. So now the only thing she gonna do is stick her hands up, and most of the time that's enough, because that's enough to make you change your shot.
Yeah. But see, you making my point. All he has to do is be big.
Yeah.
And you already big.
She goes for the okie doke.
So this is all you gotta do. You ain't even gotta move. People already intimidated. When you stop moving and you just do this, people is either gonna say, I gotta float it over or pass it out. Yeah. What she does is she start moving towards, she bumped the body. She always got to bump somebody's body with her body. Then she bring the arms down, right? Like she do all of that. And it's like, Camila, you're 6'7". You don't have to do anything. They're intimidated already.
I honestly think she needs to, for her to reach her potential, I think she needs to get out of Chicago. Because she's never going to reach her potential playing next to Angel Reese, because Angel Reese will out hustle her.
I could understand that point. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do understand it. But I want to point out the critique I'm making. Notice, Coach, I ain't say nothing about the offensive, man.
Yeah,
because she's pretty. I ain't saying she don't got she got work to do there too, but she's pretty damn good on the offensive end.
She's a lot better. She got a lot of good work when she played in China.
Yeah, but she was good. To give her credit, she was good last year too. Like offensively, she was good. My issue with her is more of an IQ. It's between the ears. It's more of an IQ thing. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely. If that IQ, 2 things she need to do. That IQ need to start kicking in. She need to start understanding the game a little bit better. And then the second thing is what you just said. She need to be more aggressive. She's too nice.
Yeah.
She's too polite on the court.
Like people gotta remember, she was the pick, not Angel.
Yeah, she was the pick.
And I think for her, I do think it's a little bit of psychological. That's why I made a comment about playing with Angel Reese.
Yeah, no, I get it.
To Angel,
it makes her. And what you saying do make sense. And see, I understand, and that's why I'm not gonna I don't completely agree with it, but I understand it. And the reason why I understand it is this. I do understand that sometimes you might feel more comfortable if it's just you.
Correct.
Right? If you have the whole space to yourself, you might feel more comfortable. I do think her and Angel Reese can coexist, and I do think she can do it with. And I think if she do it with Angel Reese, they will be, because again, and that goes back to your question just now, to disappointment. I gotta say also coaching, right? Because to me it don't make sense again, and I think I said this to you before. It don't make sense that you have an Angel Reese, a Camila Cardoso, and an Ariel Atkins, and this defense is that bad. Yeah. So if to me I hear your part thing, and I could speak to that too, because I'm not married to them staying together, but I'm not like in other words, I'm cool with all scenarios.
But they together right now, so they got to do it.
Yeah. So if they do stay together and they had the proper coaching, right, they should be the best rebounding tandem in the league, hands down, right? Wow. And the best. We should have the best defense. I think we spoke about this before the season started. We should have the best defense, or at least a top 5 defense in the league. But what we have should, right? Because with Camila being in the paint, should stop other teams from having high points in the paint, right? Camila should just be there intimidating people, like right? And then you got Angel, who could guard your point guard, shooting guard, small forward. You feel me? So she could take the best whoever player, and then you got Ariel Atkins there that you could put on the best whoever. So we have enough defense. I do think we need one more defender. I would like one thing more about Angel
that I didn't realize last year. Angel's hands are quick for somebody her size. She has very quick hands.
Yeah, she'll steal the ball from you quick. And whether you a guard, it don't matter. If you dribbling that ball and Angel's on you, you better be careful. She'll take that ball.
Now, the one thing she does need to work on is she needs to work on her dribble.
I disagree with you there. I don't know. I don't know what you've been watching. I
don't think her dribbling is good. But for what she tries to do sometimes, I think she gets herself in trouble, and she needs to work on her handle, because if her handles catch up with her speed,
so you got to show me what you've seen, because what I've seen, right? I've seen her stop on a dime, cross over, drive this way. Like, I've seen her do enough with the hand. Like, so I don't know how much you've been watching. You might have seen a couple games where I'm gonna tell you like this. And I said this, I think I said this on my last show. Again, I don't know how much games you've been watching. I've seen her get better game by game too. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying she was never bad. I have seen bad dribbling, but I'm saying consistently, I've seen her have good dribbling. So that's why I can't agree. I'm not saying she never dribbled the ball bad. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm watching, I'm judging you off of what you do consistently.
Right.
So consistently, she has. I got to give her credit, because it's surprising me. I thought she would be more. I thought she would be worse with the dribble, because here's something about basketball that people might know or might not know. If you get drafted out of, let's say, men's game, well, it don't matter. If you get drafted out of college and come to the league, right? If you don't have a jump shot, that's okay. That's something that's easily fixed. You could fix somebody's jump shot within a year or two, and a non-shooter could become a shooter. If somebody comes in the league and that's not a ball handler, you never gonna be a ball handler. That's not really a skill you develop. You either got it or you don't. That's either something that you worked on when you was young, or you never worked on it. You get what I'm saying? So for her to have been a point guard in AAU days when she was a teenager, and people say that in her first year of college she played, not really. She was a big, she probably played a small sample size of wing in Maryland. She was mainly a big in Maryland, right? So for you to go through 4 years of college not really handling the ball, because she did bring the ball up court at times, but not like enough where you could say she handled the ball, right?
Right.
So for you to go through 4 years of college not really handling the ball, and then come into the league and then revert back to what you used to do in AAU days 5 years ago, I gotta commend you because you ahead of the curve. Now, I'm not saying her dribbling can't even get tighter because it probably can, but I'm saying where she's at from taking a player who never did it or haven't done it for some time to doing it, she's actually ahead of the curve. I gotta commend her because it's like, yo, I didn't even think she could dribble as well as she can.
Look, because what I saw, I didn't like. But one more thing about Camilla, though,
and she dribbles in traffic and all that.
Yeah, one more thing about Camilla, and the next game, I want you to watch her. Watch how many times she'll watch Angel Reese get a rebound.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me that. That's my point about. No, listen. It ain't even about watching, and that's why I said they could play together. It ain't an Angel Reese thing. She don't only watch Angel Reese. It's times when Angel Reese is not there and she still won't go. It's an aggression thing. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It's not like Angel Reese is. I know she gonna get it, so I won't. We lost that last game. We should have won the last game we played. We was winning the whole game. Yeah, we lost it because when Angel wasn't there to get the rebound, none of the guards did, and Camilla was there. She didn't try to go. They all just watched the ball fall 3 times in a row. Yeah, they just stood there 3 times in a row. It's like what you expect Angel to do everything. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I'm a little mad at Camilla because Camilla had a good game that game. I think she had, if I'm not mistaken,
did they both have double-double?
I think they both had around 17 and 10.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Camilla, you rebounded the ball well, but that don't give you the right in the crunch time to just stand there. You got to stay aggressive, mama. You got to stay aggressive. So it is what it is. Camilla, listen, she disappointed me a little bit. Even though I'm going to give her credit, she has been, when Angel was struck, because Angel was struggling this year, she's playing better now. For the past 4 or 5 games, Angel's been on track. She's been playing well, but before that, when Angel was struggling, Camilla was actually our best offensive player, right? Especially when we had Van Sloop and they was doing that pick and roll. Camilla was soup. So I want to give her credit. It's not like I'm coming down on Camilla like she's been completely trash. Notice everything
work on like everybody else.
Notice everything I said was really about the defensive end. About between the eyes, about your aggressiveness, to your point, rebounding the ball. So that's my issue with Camilla. So those are the three people I gotta point out first. I gotta point out Camilla. I gotta point out Ariel Atkins because she's not being the player we brought her here, and I gotta point out the coach. And then after that, I have to point out all of the vets, every last one of them, because they all been trash. You feel me? Everybody's pointing. Everybody's pointing a finger at HVL, but what you gonna do if you're not getting consistent minutes? In fact,
let her take her lumps. Let her take her lumps.
Coach, I just looked at it. She's playing. She's probably like the 5th best with the minutes. With the minutes she's getting right now, she's the 5th best rookie, 5th or 6th best rookie. Right. The only person I put ahead of her is obviously Paige, obviously Kiki, obviously Centron. Right. Yeah. I put Tahina Pow ahead of her. And that's it. That's it. You got a couple. Maybe you want to put a couple of the European rookies. You know what I mean? That's playing like some of them in Phoenix.
Did you watch the game tonight?
Yes.
Did you see Dallas game tonight?
Yes.
If they give Isaiah James a little bit more clock,
yes, she's starting now. But that's my point. Though. But look, she started the last game too.
Did she?
Yeah. They benched Dejanay. They benched Dejanay the last game.
Oh, gotcha.
They just had 2 back-to-back wins. She was starting in both wins.
Right.
But my point in even saying that about you saying Isaiah James is starting, right? If you take a look on a season, just by numbers wise and production and minutes, Hailey Van Lith been playing better than Isaiah James, and Isaiah James got a starting job.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? If you look at it, Hailey Van Lith played 14 minutes, either 13 or 14 minutes so far this season, right? She's averaging, I believe, 5 points. I believe she's averaging 5 points, right? You can look it up while we talking because I just looked it up earlier today. Tahina Pow was averaging, I think, either 1 more or 1 less minute, and she's averaging 14 points. So that's why I say she's playing better. Like slightly, you could really say they playing the same. Tahina Pow Pow and HVL, you could really say they playing the same because they got damn near the same points, damn near the same minutes, right?
Right. I'm trying to find Lexi. I'm gonna get to your comments in a minute. Keep the comments coming. I'm gonna get to your comments in a minute. We having a good conversation here. I just want to see. They need to go ahead and let Hailey Van Lith just take your lumps because Rachel Banham is not good. Kia Nurse, not good.
And look,
Rachel, what's the other tall girl?
Rebecca Allen. Probably thinking about.
I keep wanting to say Rachel Chambers. That's not her name.
No, there's no Rachel or Chambers. You probably talking about Rebecca Allen.
Thank you. Yes,
yeah, Rebecca Allen. But to your point, listen, I could admit when I'm wrong, right? I said maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, I said Ariel Atkins should start at the point, right? And I said you should play HVL at the 2 to take pressure off her. I was wrong by that because when I watched Ariel Atkins at the point, and I thought that also would make her more aggressive, right? You have the ball in your hand, you could come off pick and roll as much as you want, shoot as much as you want. I figured that'd make her more aggressive. I was wrong. What I could tell is happening is taking her kind of out of her offense because she got to bring the ball up court and then set up the offense. Whereas if you put HVL out there and Ariel Atkins out there together, now one, they both can help each other bring the ball up, and it'll free up Ariel Atkins to now be the scorer. You know what I mean? HVL could set her up, and then HVL could sometimes and just come be aggressive. She don't got to worry about setting nobody up, right? That'll help us out. And to your point, that'll help her get her lumps. And taking a look at somebody like Isaiah James, who I believe deserved to start, who looks good in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
It shows HVL in its small sample size. I'm not saying it's like whatever, but I'm just, a spade is a spade. HVL has been playing better so far this season, and the minutes that she's gotten, she's been playing better than Isaiah. So if Isaiah could start, HVL could start. You get what I'm saying? But again, it's up to that coach.
You got to take the good with the bad, man, and just let her.
And it's going to be more good than bad because what happens with all players
how much work can it be?
Isaiah James said it herself because she just had a career game today, and they had after the game they had a talk. She said I hit a rookie wall about 3 times. Like I hit the rookie wall. So you're gonna hit the rookie wall. All rookies hit it.
It happens to everybody.
They're gonna hit it. Let them hit it, and then let them come out of it, and let them say okay, and let them. And that mental, what they're gonna learn is gonna be better than anything you're gonna have them on the bench learning.
Yep. Same thing going on with Sanaya Rivers.
Yeah, but
I don't understand her though, because Sanaya Rivers is so fast, but to me, it looks like she plays hesitantly.
I don't get that from Sanaya. What I get from her is she right now her offense is so raw.
Yeah,
she's gonna make more of an impact on the defensive end to start her career route, and her offense is gonna come along because her shot is there. It's just not consistent. So it's like she plays more. I guess what you see is hesitating. Yeah, it's her playing more like a point guard than a wing. Right, because
she's fast enough to blow by a lot of people.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You probably want to see her play like a wing, which means she'll get the ball, kind of like a Leah Copper, who's to me that's who I compare to coming out of college. But kind of like Leah Copper that'll get to the rim and get to the line. Leah Copper's physical. She'll get to the line.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing.
Sanaya Rivers is more of a point guard.
She ain't got the confidence yet.
I don't even think it's that. It's play style. She's more of a point guard. So when she's coming down, instead of her thinking what you're saying about getting to the rim, she's coming down trying to get somebody a play.
Right.
She's trying to drive and make a pass. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Instead of saying, let me take over. She's not thinking like that. She's thinking, let me run the offense. So let me come down. Right. So that's why I said I don't see the hesitation. It's more of the play style that she's playing.
Have you seen this nonsense talking about did Hailey Van Lith get drafted because of her social media influence?
I'm happy you brought that up.
What the hell are they losing their mind?
Here's why I'm happy you brought that up. One, I gotta give a lot of love and credit to Angel McCoughtry, who said that. This is an Angel McCoughtry quote. I want to show her love because I don't know if I ever said this to you, Coach, but Angel McCoughtry was the first person who actually had me watching WNBA games.
Okay.
Right, when she was in Atlanta, when I saw her play at her prime, she reminded me of my favorite male player, Tracy McGrady. So I was just like, wow, this is like the female Tracy right here. And I should just watch her play sometimes. So I want to give her, I don't want to, it hurts when I got to go against somebody I love. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's bugging. She's bugging. And I kind of understand why she's bugging. Angel McCoughtry said this early in the season on one of those podcasts. She said, listen, and first of all, she was trying to get back in the league last year. It didn't work out. Right. I don't know if you remember the quote. It's around the time when Kennedy bumped Caitlin. So Angel came out and said, you know, these young players need enforcers. She said, I'll be that enforcer either for Caitlin or for Angel.
Yeah, I remember that.
She said either for Caitlin or Angel, it don't matter. Like, I'm a vet. Let me come be a vet for them. So she didn't get picked up last year when that happened. This year she came on a podcast and with Goodfollow. Shout out to Goodfollow. With I can't think of the girl's name right now. But she said on that podcast that this is gonna be her last this year. She said she's about to be 40. And she said this is gonna be her last shot trying to get it done. She said if I don't get it this year, I'm gonna give up. So to me, it sounds like she gave up. And it sounds like she's a little salty because in her mind, I think Hailey Van Lith was a scapegoat. I think she used her to make it bigger. Because I think when she looks at the league, she probably feels like I'm more talented than her. Yeah, I'm more talented than her. I could play better than her, right? And then she probably got to Chicago and looked like, yep, Hailey Van Lith. She's only in the league for clout, right?
I'm like, man, it is what it is, man.
Right.
I could understand the saltiness, but.
Right. But here's why she wrong. Let me just say this real quick. Let me land a plane with this, and then I'll hear your opinion. So that's where it came from. I think it came from saltiness from her own career. But here's why she's wrong, right? Everything I just laid down and mentioned from Hailey Van Lith is she's actually one of the top rookies, right? Wherever you want to put her, somewhere in that top, anywhere between top 5 and top 10. She's somewhere in there, right? Because you can't put her ahead of the Paige, the Kikis, the Sonia Centrons, right? And like I said, I even got Tahina Pau right there. After Tahina Pau, she's doing better than Sanaya Rivers, who we just mentioned, and she's starting. Sanaya Rivers is starting. We just said she's doing better than Isaiah James, and Isaiah James is starting. So you can't tell me that these guys could start, and she's playing better than them, and she's, you know what I mean, she's not good enough, whatever. But if you take a look at Hailey's college career, Hailey had a great college career. The only one year that everybody want to harp on or remember is the LSU, because obviously LSU is so popular. But she had one bad year trying to play a new role, right? Didn't really play her best in that year, self-admittedly. Then she went to another team in the same role, still played point guard and flourished. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So all Hailey Van Lith needs is an opportunity. It don't got nothing to do with how much followers. And you said it yourself. I think I saw something. I don't know if it was in a private chat. I think it was in a private chat. You wrote it. The Cavender twins would, if it was just based off just clout, they would be in the WNBA.
That logic, and I understand what you're saying. Like, it didn't end well for her. She gonna miss out on all this money they about to make. That's another part of it. But the one thing, a lot of these women that I consider are salty with what's going on now is, like, you got to remember, everybody's pulling receipts. Everybody's pulling receipts. So you got to be. I mean, they know better. They gonna say what they want to say anyways. But it seems like this stuff be coming back around, smacking folks in the face.
I'm gonna shoot her some more bell though, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. That's the only thing I heard her say foul, because I heard her have topics on other things. Yeah. And she'll hold the player down. And so it's not like she a bit of vet. I don't want to like paint her and like everything she say is hating.
Everybody get a turn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But what I'm saying is she normally says the right things. This one she was this disappointed me in somebody who I really love. You know what I mean? I'm still a fan. To me, she's still one of the best players. I put her up there with Maya Moore, right? I know other people wouldn't, but I do.
Right.
For me. So she's still up there for me. But yeah, it's cool. I'm happy you brought that up because it's probably in my nose, but I forgot about that.
Hey, listen, man, I got to bounce early tonight, man. I got to get some sleep.
Hey, listen, man, I appreciate the perspective.
You already know, bro.
Word?
Every time. Anytime I can, I will, bro.
All right. Next time. But yeah, let me get back to some of you guys' comments. Let me see if I could go up to where I left off at. I think here. Aces, I think needs somewhere around here. I've read that already. I think that move was saved their season. I read that. I think right here is where I left off at. Bob Jones says Reese getting picked by the coaches if she doesn't get top 10. She's one of the best players in the league. We'll see. I mean, I already touched on that. My opinion on Reese and the All-Star game is simply this. I'm pulling for Reese to make it. Everybody make sure you vote. And also, listen, before I get into that, hit the like button. I see a lot of new people just came in. Hit the like button if you ain't hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you new. And let everybody know we live right now. With that said, though, if I'm pulling for her to make it, and if she makes it, great. Everybody make sure you put in your vote. If she doesn't make it, though, it's not the end of the world, people. I don't want people to be so hung up on Reese making it or not making it to the play or to the All-Star, because I'd rather her work on her game. I'd rather her work on her game to a point where we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to beg, and we don't have to be sitting here like, this person and that person. As long as she keep developing her game, it's gonna be a no-brainer to have her in. And so even if she missed this All-Star game, it is what it is. It's gonna be another one, right? So again, I'm pulling for her to make it. But I'm more concerned whether she makes it or don't make it. I'm more concerned with her developing her game to where it's not even a question. I don't want it to be a situation where I don't want it to be a situation where we got to convince people to vote because people hating and people want to I want it to be a situation where it's a no-brainer. Where if you're not picking her, it's because you're hating, because you're being a hater, right? So I'd rather her continue developing her game, keep her head down, don't even worry about nothing like that, because we're not here for All-Star games. We're here for championships with Angel Reese, right? And like I said, as long as she develop herself into the person we know her to be, we know she can be, it will be All-Star games. So. But with that said, people, make sure y'all voting and make sure you're doing your due diligence. Kel Saw Link says got beat by 20 plus points. I don't know who got beat by 20 plus points. Bob Jones says any given Sunday, Valkyries are allowed to win a few games. Are allowed to win a few games? Okay. I don't really know what that means. What's going on, Tulip from London? What's going on? Bob Jones says, any chance Sunday the Golden State Valkyrie is gonna win? Okay, repeating yourself. Tulip says, All-Star voting been finessed by Clarkies as expected. They got 9-point haul over 20-point plum. I mean, it is what it is. That's more of a league problem. They're gonna have to fix that because we all know, like, that's weird. Bob Jones has finally best LA Sparks for their first win last. What is Bob talking about? I'm gonna have to stop reading your comments, Bob. I'm confused. I think you smoking tonight, bro. I don't know what you smoking tonight. Tulip says Need to make the fan vote 25%. The limit is nonsense. Can't have fever role players playing an all-star game every year over 20-point game ballers. I don't think they will, because I think the fan vote is 25%, right? And then the media vote is another 25%. Something like that. And then I think I don't know how it's broken down, but the fans don't have the last say. Chicago Cheetah says the all-star voting is rigged. They've got Clarkies voting with media members' emails. Hey, it is what it is, right? We can't really complain because Angel got the most. She got the most followers. So what we complaining about Clarkies for? Angel, you gotta realize all Angel followers don't watch the WNBA, right? Angel Reese got followers from all over. So if y'all want her followers to vote, then we got to tap into to her 5 million. We got to tap into the total 5 million. Say, hey, so that's up to Angel, right? That's up to Angel to do that. Cheetah says the fan vote should be about 30% of the coaches' vote should be about 30%, and the players' vote should be about 30%, and the media vote should be about 10%. Gamble says her handles are getting better. Yeah. Angel Reese handles look good. They looking good, so I like her with the ball in her hands. What only thing she need to work on is slowing down, right? She need to slow down so she don't turn the ball over so much. But she had in the triple-double game, she had low turnovers. In the game after that, she had high turnovers. So it's gonna be growing pains. It's a new role for her. It is what it is. She's gonna get better at it. Camila Cardozo plays well with Angel. That's a fact. Chicago Cheetah says, I think in order for Camila to really reach her full potential, I think she needs Angel Reese. I mean, again, I'm not married to them staying together, and I'm not married to them being apart. So it is what it is. It's whatever's best for both of them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, right now, they have an opportunity to make their mark on the league, and I think they should do it. I think the team needs a player. I think the team needs a player-only meeting, and I think they need to really have a heart-to-heart with what they want from one another. Because right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if Coach Tyler Marsh's offense is gonna do it. So I just think they all need to talk amongst themselves and say, yo, this is what we need to do. We know what we need to do. We know how we need to win. This is it. Chicago Cheetah says, do you know that Chicago's backcourt is losing by an average of 30 points to every other backcourt in the league? The sophomore skyscrapers are carrying. Yeah, of course. I mean, we seen that clearly in the last game. We didn't have no help outside of Angel and Camila. We know that. Chicago Cheetah says Chicago Sky Guards are totally and completely, and listen, man, y'all don't want to get on board with me. I keep telling y'all we need Enrique. We need Enrique. Like, let's bring Enrique in, and let's simplify her offense, right? Enrique take too many difficult shots, so we need to bring her in and give her nothing but easy shots, and just play off that. Guarantee you will look better. Chicago Cheetah says Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso and Ariel Atkins and HVL and Michaela Wnba is the starting lineup. I believe that will be best for the Chicago Sky. I agree with you. Sounds like a good starting lineup to me. Wody Max says Angel McCoughtry wanted to be an enforcer like James Jones did last night, pushing the young ball for no reason, got ejected. That wasn't James Jones. James Jones don't play in the NBA no more. But I know who you're talking about. B. Bigman says Brooklyn, right? Danielle Williams. Danielle, why you don't never come to the panel no more, man? You got good opinions, man. I need more women. I need more female voices on the panel, man. I like when you guys come up and y'all tell me what you guys think. Daniel Williams says, I think she's playing better than Rivers. She is playing. The numbers say that. Like, I could put up the numbers right now and show you that. She's having a better season so far. Small sample size and not by much, small numbers, but it's better is better. Philip Berrien says, my man, If Angel Reese doesn't make the All-Star, which is supposed to be in Indiana, it is a wise choice for her, and we all know why. Okay. Andre says, vote Angel Reese. Vote. Listen, man, did everybody put in their vote today for Angel Reese? Put in one in the chat if you voted for Angel Reese today. Andre says, Angel Reese and vote. Angel Reese should be in the top 5 as many followers as she has. She should be the number 1 as many followers she has. She should be number 1 overall. Andre says Angel Reese will be. Okay, you speaking it into existence. I like that. All right. Now that we got all the All-Star talk out the way, let's talk some basketball. Let's talk some basketball, man. So my notes, let me get back to what I was saying earlier. You know, Asia came back today. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the Aces to get a win. But I think it'd be really smart for the Aces to make a trade with Connecticut to bring Tina Charles in. I think that'd be really smart. So I'm just putting that out there. I said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again because I'm just reading my notes. I don't think Chicago making the playoffs. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think Chicago making the playoffs this year. You know, when I look at the standings and I look at how well certain teams is doing, and obviously other teams are going to get better, not just us, unless we make a significant move or do something, or we just start gelling and playing significantly better. Because I think we're going to lose our next 2 games. We got back-to-back games, our next 2 games. We play tomorrow against Phoenix, and then after that, who we play after that? Hold on. We play Atlanta. We play Phoenix and Atlanta. I think that's gonna be 2 L's back to back. So yeah, I don't think we making the playoffs. I mean, Bigman put the 1 in the chat. Shout out to Bigman. And if we don't make the playoffs, right, does Tyler Marsh get fired the same way Teaspoon got fired? I want to know. That's what I want to know, people. If he do, then we know this is a piss poor organization, right? I think we all seen Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones looked like she got a the way she fell, I feel like it's an ACL. I don't know. I didn't hear any reports. It looked like Jonquel Jones might have had an ACL injury. So now I want to know how people feel about the Liberty. Do they feel like it's a foregone conclusion for Minnesota to win a title? Are the Liberty still able to win without Jonquel Jones? Can the Liberty repeat without Jonquel Jones? Give me 1 second, people. I gotta take a quick break real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we back. Had to take a quick break. Apologize for that. But thank you for bearing with me. But do you think the Liberty can repeat without Jonquel Jones? They should be able to. I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest with you. They have enough. They definitely have enough to, right? They still got not Naira. I think her name is Naira, I believe. So they still got a pretty good center. They still got a pretty good team. Obviously, Jonquel is Jonquel, and I feel like they still have enough to repeat, but I don't think they will, because I feel like what allowed them to win the championship to begin with was actually playing through Jonquel. And now you don't have that luxury no more. Right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Right? Let's see what I got next on my notes. It's funny, we was talking about Camilla a little bit earlier, right? Coach posed a question to me about Camilla, and in my notes, what I have here, what I have is, was Camilla Cardoso overhyped? What you guys think? What you guys think? Was Camilla Cardoso overhyped coming off the national championship? Right? Will she ever reach her potential? And it's funny because I've had arguments with people. over Camilla Cardoso. So this shows you right here, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I gotta be honest about it. When I'm wrong, right? I don't know if she ever gonna reach her potential. And that hurts me because I'm a Camilla Cardoso fan. I'm a Angel Reese and Camilla playing together guy. Like, I want to see it work. I'm not married to it. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. It is what it is. If they gotta be broken up, they gotta be broken up. It is what it is. Right? But I would love to see it work. But I don't know. I think she might have been overhyped. And again, I think it's what's happening between the ears. When you watch Camilla, she's 6'7". She's 6'7". This is something else I disagree a little bit with Coach with. She's 6'7" and she's mobile, right? Up and down the court. She's 6'7". She's mobile. Offensively, she has good touch around the basket. Defensively, she don't just play big. She don't intimidate. She always get too physical. And she bring the physicality, which might sound like a good thing, but when you that size, you want people to bring the physicality to you. So what she need to do is get in her spot and just be big in her spot. Let the physicality come to her, and she'll play better defense. But she always bring the physicality and then gotta sit on the bench because she in foul trouble. So I don't know, man. I feel like Connecticut needs to trade Marina Mabrey, Money Mabrey, if you will, whatever you want to call her. I feel like Phoenix needs to move on from that and get picks back. Get another young player. I feel like right now they're wasting their own time. You have good young players on the roster already. You got Sanaya Rivers, who's playing well. Shout out to Sanaya and Anissa. They had a solid game tonight. Tina Charles went off, dropped 26. She went off tonight. But first of all, Mabry isn't that good. She's too inconsistent. She'll go off for like, I said this a few pods ago. She'll go off for like 20, 30 points. And then be 1 of 7. So she keep disappearing. It's like, and then you don't play defense, you slow. So it's like her game isn't an alpha. Like, and when I say alpha, I mean number one scorer. I should say that. She's not a number one option. She can be. Too inconsistent. So if I'm Connecticut, I build her up as much as I can, try to get some more assets to go with this group I already got, because they got some good pieces. I don't think this coach is the right coach. I don't think he's communicating. I don't think for this young team, I don't think he's a good communicator and teacher. So I think they need to move on from that experiment. But I do like what they have, the direction they have. I think I said this before the season. Maybe Kennedy wouldn't want to play here, but this is the team I thought they should have traded Marina from and just kept Kennedy. Perfect team for Kennedy to, prove she could be a leader on. So, but yeah, they need to get ahead and trade Tina Charles to the Aces and trade Mabry to a team that needs a sixth woman and get some picks back, maybe a young player. I think that'll be good for Connecticut. I got another question. Listen, answer this. If you're watching this on a playback, do me a favor. Answer this in the comments for me. Is starting Isaiah James, is the Dallas Wings starting Isaiah James a sign that they're getting ready to get rid of Enrique? You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like Isaiah might be Enrique's replacement. But before they wanted to go through with that, they probably want to see what they had in Isaiah. Like, can she play in the W? And I think with these last two games and her having good games, because this lineup is a little wacky, right? Dejanay was in the starting lineup. They bench her, right? They put Isaiah James in, who's playing well. So I have no issue with Isaiah James in the starting lineup. But I do think Dejanay should also be in the starting lineup. But it leads me to think, was this move made because they're about to trade Enrique, so they want to see what they have in Isaiah? This way it's smooth selling. As soon as they get rid of Enrique, you still got Isaiah, you got Paige, maybe you put Dejanay back in the starting lineup, you smooth selling. So answer that in the comment section for me. I'm gonna give you guys a few questions tonight to answer in the comment section. You already know. You talk to me, I talk back. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we got another good show for you guys today. I don't talk about the clickbaity stuff. We talk basketball here. You get what I'm saying? We talk women's basketball. Leave all the clickbaity stuff for them other channels. You get what I'm saying? Let's talk basketball. So that's a question I have for you guys in the comments. Give me your answers. I really like Isaiah James in the starting lineup too. I feel like the ball handling that she provides along with Paige makes Dallas a more dynamic team. That's why I said if they are about to trade Enrique, I would like to see Dejanay back into the starting lineup. And if they are about to trade Enrique, Chicago needs to be on the phone with them right now. What can we do? Let's make it work. The only thing I would say about Chicago is don't give up your 2026 pick. Don't give it up. Because that's Olivia Miles. I think that's a shoo-in. Right? Bring Olivia Miles in. We'll have Olivia Miles. We'll have Enrique. Right? We'll need to sign in free agency a dynamic small forward to play along with Angel. Our team will look a lot better. I think if we have those pieces, Enrique, Olivia Miles, a dynamic small forward out of free agency, you know, maybe Kai Copper comes back to Chicago. You never know, right? Maybe she wants to be in Chicago. You never know. Maybe somebody else. Maybe we get somebody else. So. Also, I might have said this earlier in the pod, but I'm gonna say it again. You see it. You see her on the backdrop. Hailey Van Lith needs to be in the starting lineup. It's about time. You know, Tyler Marsh is bugging. I've been saying this for a few weeks. And she needs to be the primary point guard. I was saying before that Ariel Atkins should be the point guard. Just let Adrielle be the point guard. This is, you know, she's shown already what she can do. She can score. If you take the if you let the girl just play ball, right? You take the training wheels off her. She showed she could score. She could get to the rim. She could get to the free throw line. She could make a pass, right? She showed that she fits well with Angel, right? Because if Angel got the ball in her hand, she could catch and shoot. She showed that she played tough on defense. It's a lot of hate out there for Adrielle that I don't know why. It's like people won't say that these vets is trash, but they harp on Adrielle. So I don't get it. But she needs to be in the starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? But getting into some of these games tonight, right? Let me pull it up. Real quick. Schedule. Right. Where is the games from tonight? They showing me the games from. All right, whatever. They showing me the games for tomorrow. Okay, I see those. What happened to the games from tonight? Well, I don't see. Oh, okay, because that's just up and coming. Okay. So tonight, I thought Vegas was gonna get a win, but Seattle was tough, man. Erica Willer looks good playing in Seattle. In fact, she's in the starting lineup right now, and it's so crazy. Like just a change of scenery, how a change of scenery and make you look right because Erica Willer was in Indy, and she looked like she couldn't get right. But sometimes when you playing with people who make you uncomfortable, see playing with Caitlin Clark ain't the easiest thing because Caitlin Clark has an attitude. Caitlin Clark gets mad at her teammates. I seen her play. Matter of fact, also I think all this plays a factor. I remember seeing her play last year where every time Caitlin Clark hit the floor, the first person that was running over protecting her was Erica Willer. Erica Willer made it known in the media that she's been being a vet for Caitlin Clark and all of the things. And Caitlin Clark, it was one time where Erica Willer just crashed at the ground, fell, looked like she might have hurt herself, and the whole team ran over to Erica Willer, but Caitlin Clark just walked to the bench, frustrated for whatever reason. She was just walking to the bench thinking about herself, whereas the whole team went over to Caitlin Clark. See, these are the things why I'm not a Caitlin Clark fan. People ignore stuff like this. The fact that, and we're gonna get into it in a second. She just told JC Sheldon the other day, I could do what I want. I do anything I want. And she be out there pushing people, fouling people, all types of things. That's crazy. So that's what I don't like about her. I always, you already know, if you watch my channel, I always give her credit for her game and the way she plays. I always say she's an asset to women's basketball. So I always give her credit, but I'm also honest about all these players. And I don't like Caitlin's personality or her attitude. I feel like she's spoiled, and I feel like she's been being enabled her whole life. Right, everywhere she went, she gets her way. So that's all she knows is her way. She don't care about her teammates. She don't care about her opponents. Right. It's like if you want Caitlin to fellowship with you, you got to go over there and like fellowship with her, and then she'll be like, that's why she likes Sophie, because Sophie kisses up to her. You know, she likes Lexi. She likes certain people, but a lot of people on her team, she don't. Shit, like she's mad when they take shots. She get upset. She get upset when they take the shot, as if they not supposed to shoot on her team. They supposed to just pass her the ball all day. And she knows who to get mad at and who not to get mad at. Because I could tell she probably don't like how Natasha Howard plays, but she's not gonna say nothing to Natasha Howard. Right? She know better than that, right? Anyway. Getting back to Erica Wheeler. Yeah, I see Erica Wheeler hit the ground last year, and Caitlin Clark just hit the bench. So I say all that to say chemistry is could dictate the way you play. Not only chemistry, also like a player, coaches, stuff like that. You know, if they upset if you take certain shots. When you watch Erica Wheeler in Seattle, she's playing free. She's playing free. I didn't even know she could play like this, honestly. I didn't even know she could shoot like this. Even tonight, I'm watching her. She's just pulling up from three at will. She's doing side steps, shooting threes. And it's just like, wow, like Erica Wheeler is a really good point guard. I would have never known, judging the way she played at Indy. But again, sometimes you go someplace where you're comfortable, they embrace you, they let you be your best self. And these are the things she said. I'm not saying this for her. These are the things that she said in a press conference, and she's able to show. She's able to show what she can do on the court. So, you know. Shout out to Erica Wheeler. I'm happy she's happy. I'm happy she's in a place. Shout out to Seattle. You know, I was hoping Asia, because I want to see the Aces get on track. So I was kind of hoping the Aces got to win tonight. But I gotta give a lot respect to Seattle and their togetherness. You know, I gotta give respect to Seattle's togetherness. They played together. They played a strong game. Gabby Williams played tough down the stretch. Nneka was hitting big shots throughout. Skylar's playing off the ball. Skylar's playing it too. Like I said, they're really connected. They're really connected in the way that they're playing. Yeah, so shout out to Seattle. What else I got in my notes here? Gabby Williams. I got Gabby Williams next in my notes. I said Gabby Williams got paid the max by the Storm and prioritized the WNBA. Look at that. See what happens when you take care of your players? All these owners are so worried about Gabby Williams going overseas, or they worry about their players going overseas, and pay them. Pay them. Show your players how much they mean to you, to your organization. Pay your players. Take care of your players. Build facilities. If you take a look and you pay attention to all of the vets around the league, most of the vets are in cities that have facilities. Liberty, Aces, Phoenix, Seattle. right? There might be a couple I'm missing. I think Indiana is building their facility right now. Golden State, I believe, have one, or they continuing to build upon it. Chicago supposedly finally building theirs, right? I'm not sure who else have facilities out there, but if you take a look at all of the vets around the league, I think Dallas is building theirs. So if you take a look at all of the places around the league with facilities, that's where your vets is going. That's where your vets want to be. And that should also give you an idea what's probably going to happen next year. Those are going to be the first places to fill up, because if I'm a veteran player and I got first dibs on, I'm a star in this league and I got first dibs on where I'm going to sign, I'm going to go sign someplace that's comfortable for me to help develop my game, right? And that's a place with facilities. So all these teams without them, they need to figure something out. They need to get on board. So shout out to Gabby Williams for getting paid the max and prioritizing the WNBA. That just shows you right there what's important to these players, to being able to take care of their families. That's it. If you're not going to help them out, if you're not going to pay them what they need, they're going to go overseas and get what they need. So I always supported Gabby Williams in her decision. So I'm happy that she's with the Storm and she's making a difference in how the Storm is playing right now. And I still don't know who the third best team is. Right now, I feel like it might be Phoenix. Phoenix did beat Liberty yesterday. So I feel like Phoenix might be 3. But right behind Phoenix, you got Atlanta and you have Seattle. Right? Because I gotta drop Vegas down. I gotta drop Vegas down now, because Vegas I had above those teams, but I gotta drop. Vegas been struggling. I don't know what they're gonna do to right the ship. They got a lot of pieces over there. I don't know if they're gonna decide to bring something off the bench, or they're gonna make a trade. But I gotta drop Vegas down right now and put them in that midst of Seattle, Atlanta, and Phoenix, even though they've been losing, right? They've been losing. So I don't know what Vegas team we have right now. So I'm waiting to see. Right now, I gotta drop them down a notch. But yeah, Phoenix, Atlanta, and Seattle. Those teams are really good, man. Those teams are really good. I can't judge them yet. Right now, I think Phoenix might be at the top of that list. So we'll see. Your girl Caitlin Clark got shut down the other day. Tiffany Hayes, and shout out to Leticia. I don't want to butcher the girl name. I feel like it's Leticia Ami got picked up off the couch and just started playing like she was playing the fall season, man. Blocking shots, making big play after big play. That's a well-coached team, man. Like I said earlier, I gotta give Natalie her props. I gotta give her props, man. That's gonna be a scary team when they have their number 1 option, number 2 option, and high-level role players. Because if they playing this well, like right now, as one of the worst rosters in the league, and they playing this discipline, this well coach, that's gonna be a scary team. So, if you a Golden State fan out there, you have a bright future, especially when you got I'm gonna try to do it, y'all. I'm gonna try to do it. Uste Osede. I think I did it. I think I did it. When you have that on the way. You have that on the way, and she's playing well overseas. She looks like a really solid wing. She's gonna be a really solid wing. So if you could put two pillars next to her, like two stars, whether you get them out to drive, whatever you do, that's gonna be. And then I like Janelle Salone. Janelle Salone looked like she's like a hand and glove fit. And then what's her name? Kayla Thornton, I think her name is. Fits really good on that team with that offense and what they doing, what they trying to run. So good. So yeah, shout out to the Valkyrie. But getting back to what I was saying, Tiffany Hayes looked like Raven Johnson out there. So for a lot of y'all WNBA fans, as Caitlin Clark fans that didn't really watch college like that, you don't know who Caitlin is like we do, like the ones who follow her from college. The reason why I'm saying that is the ones who follow her from college know the good Caitlin Clark, the one y'all saw. Like it's funny because season 2 is like y'all really getting to know Caitlin Clark for real. Y'all getting to know the real Caitlin Clark, who she is. And what I mean by that is that game against LA a few days ago when she went off and hit all the logo threes. That's Caitlin Clark. That's what she do. But that game also the other night against Connecticut, when she was out there fighting and pushing, and that's Caitlin Clark too. And then that game right after that against the Valkyrie, where she just got shut down and she couldn't, that's also Caitlin Clark. Like all three of those are reality. That's who she is. That's why some of us are like, oh, I'm an Angel fan, because I've seen Caitlin Clark and it's like, oh, okay, I've seen the full version. Some of y'all only saw the highlights and it was like, she's better than everybody. I get it. But yeah, she looked like the way Tiffany Hayes was guarding her. It reminded me of how Raven Johnson guarded her. Because when Raven guarded her, she couldn't go nowhere. Raven stayed with her, contested everything, and then took the ball from her a few times. She was frustrated. And that's how she looked against Tiffany Hayes. Tiffany Hayes was like stuck to her like glue, getting over every screen, and just not letting her be comfortable. And then on top of that, behind Tiffany Hayes, the team rotated. They didn't just leave Tiffany Hayes on the island. That's where Leticia, if I'm saying her name correctly, Amihere, I think it's Amihere, right? Amihere came into play because on a weak side defense, she was there every time. So, and it's funny because Caitlin Clark, and this goes back to what I was just saying a few minutes ago before I got into this. Caitlin Clark told J.C. Sheldon, because J.C. Sheldon said, yo, you can't do that. And I'm assuming when she said she can't do that, because what Caitlin Clark does all the time is she offensive fouls her opponents, right? She pushes her opponents. So you trying to play defense on her, right? You trying to play legal defense, and Caitlin Clark is going to push you out the way. So she can't do that, right? That's a foul. The refs may let her get away with it, but that's an offensive foul. So I'm assuming that's what JC was talking about when she said, you can't do that. And Caitlin Clark's response to her was, I could do whatever I want. Now that's crazy. That's a crazy statement. Right? I don't know about you, but that makes me lose a lot of respect for Caitlin. The fact that you out there abusing a game, and you don't even care. You like, I do what I want because I know they're not gonna call it. They're gonna allow me. That's almost like a person that travels with the ball. That's almost like we outside playing ball, and somebody picks the ball up and say, you know what, I'm gonna travel with it. I could do what I want because they're not gonna call it. It's like you take the integrity out the games. Even though they're not gonna call it, you shouldn't play like that, right? It's a certain way you play basketball, right? And you don't offensive foul, like you don't defensive foul, you don't travel, you don't, step out of bounds. There's certain things you don't do. But if the ref is gonna let you get away with it, if you abuse it, or not, I shouldn't say abuse it, but if you get away with it here and there, okay. Everybody cheats to get, like, that's the game too. It's a game within the game. So if you manipulating the game, we live with that. It is what it is. But if you're doing it every single play, you basically doing an illegal play every single play, and your response is, I'm gonna do what I want. I could do whatever I want to do. That makes me lose a little bit of respect for you, right? As an opponent, as a fan, all across the board. So I thought that was interesting because the very next game she plays, the way Tiffany Hayes treated her, showed her you can't do anything you want to do. You can't do anything. You're not just gonna have your way. It don't go like that, right? And again, that brings me back to the spoil and enable, because she really grew up thinking she could do whatever she want. Like, I'm gonna play like this because this is what I want. She don't care about nobody else. She don't care about how her teammates feel. She don't care about nothing else. She's just gonna do what she want because that's it. Cool. And again, that's just my critique on something she said. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. I have no hate for that girl. She's, like I said, there's things about her game that I think is great for the game. Obviously, we know what they are. It's the logo threes. It's the pace she plays at. The passion she plays with. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't a fan of the whole her stick. It was like disgusting to me. You know how you find some. That's a bad example. I'm not gonna say that, but it was just nasty to me. Every time she stuck her tongue out, I was like, ew, ew, that's nasty, right? Like, so I don't appreciate all of that, all those antics she do. But definitely, like, I definitely love the fact that she's like a microwave scorer. She could reel off a lot of points really quickly. Make great passes sometimes. Again, I can't call her a great passer until she cut the turnovers down. Turnovers is a problem. So if she don't cut those down, I can't call her a great passer. But every once in a while, she make a great pass. Those are the things she do well. But like I said, there's things she need to work on her game, like stop offensive fouling on every play. Stop being super physical if you can't handle the physicality, right? You can't be physical with players and turn around and say, that's not a basketball play. Because you pushing people. You pushing people in the chest. That's not a basketball play neither. So, that's all. But yeah, shout out to the Valkyrie. I didn't even expect them to get that win, but they did. And the fashion that they got in, I was surprised. All right, I just checked all my notes. That's all I got. That's all I got from my notes. Everybody, make sure you guys vote for Angel Reese. If you an Angel Reese fan and you watching this, make sure you make sure you vote for Angel Reese. Make sure that you support Angel. Make sure you support the channel. I need everybody to hit that like button for me. Run these likes up. Let me know what you thought of today's show. You know what I mean? This was mainly me. I didn't have a guest. Do you prefer me with guests? Do you prefer me without them? Do you like the fact that let me know in the comments if you like the fact that I have these topics, or do you prefer to talk about the hot topic, right? Like, because I try to talk about basketball, what I find from things that interest me or stand out to me from a basketball point of view. Let me know what you think of that. And then also, before we go, let me touch on this Connecticut game. I touched on the Seattle-Vegas game a little bit. Let me touch on Connecticut-Dallas. Was a good game. It went back and forth. It just seemed like Dallas had a little bit more the whole game. They had a little bit of edge. And like I said, I did like the fact that Isaiah James, sorry, name escaped me for a second. Isaiah James was added to the starting lineup. I did like that. I like the Dejanay Paige, man. So that's why I just feel like Enrique might be on the way out, because I like Paige together with Dejanay, and I like Isaiah James there too. I just feel like those three have good chemistry. So, you know, we see. Shout out for Paige for getting the third win a day. Huge supporter of Paige. Also, holler me in the comments and let me know who you're a fan of. Is any Paige Bueckers fans out there? Let me know. Let me know if you a Paige Bueckers fan in the comments. Let me know if you are HVL. Any Hailey Van Lith fans out there? Let me know in the comments, man. You know what I mean? Let me know if any Angel Reese fans. I mean, of course, it's Angel Reese fans, but so just let me know in the comments, man, who you a fan of, because I want this channel to be more than just Angel Reese. I'm here because of Angel Reese. I'm an Angel Reese fan, but there's other players I support outside of Angel Reese, like Paige Bueckers. I also support HVL, Hailey Van Lith. You get what I'm saying? I also support Anissa Murrow. So just let me know who's your fan, like who's your favorite. You get what I'm saying? Let me know if you're a Caitlin Clark fan. You know what I mean? Let me know. With that said, man, I appreciate everybody that came through and support the kid. Talk to me in the comments. I appreciate everybody who well, not everybody. I appreciate Coach for joining the panel with me today, having a conversation, and you know, just trying to push the game of women's basketball forward, man. I'm a basketball fan, so I love women's basketball. I love men's basketball. I'm just trying to push the game forward. Soon, real soon, I'm probably going to add the NBA as well as a WNBA to this channel. I'm going to talk both because I love basketball. I love the men's game. I know there's a lot of people who watch the WNBA that hate the NBA and vice versa, all that. It's not over here. I love both games. They're different. I don't compare them. They're separate. I get a different joy when I watch them both. In fact, I feel like the men's game, even without what everybody says is missing and all this type of stuff, it's still the most elite form of basketball when you watch men play. Obviously, we bigger, stronger, faster. So it's still the most elite form. But women's basketball is just as good. You just have to appreciate them both for what they are. Don't compare them. You understand what I'm saying? So I love both games. I love women's basketball. I love men's basketball. So I'm here just to push the game forward. So I appreciate anybody who support me. Like I said, I'm the new kid on the block. So subscribe to the channel, like the channel, holla at me in the comments. You already know I'm a holla back. You feel me? And with that said, I'm out.